Alright, what is going on, everybody? So today, I'm going to do a little bit of a project. Right? Did I just... My keys are right there. Wait. Wait. Oh no. Oh no.
Cue the ghetto intro.
Spare key. Gets them every time. Okay, so anyway, before that happened, so today's project, see that right there? I'm pretty sure this is the great fifth speaker. I'm going to replace all 4 speakers, 2 in the front and 2 in the back, with these. We got 2 kicker 5x5s and 2 kicker 6x8s. And I actually bought those off of a friend of mine back when I lived in my other city. But I was actually going to put them in my Civic. And as you can see, I still have it for now. I was actually going to put them in that, but then I thought, nah, I'll wait. See if I can put it in something else. And I also bought this 10-inch sub off of him too, with the amp, with all the wiring that I needed. So, but that's going to be for another day, because I'm going to do that when I have a new head unit. But for right now, as you can see, I don't have a new head unit. Still have the stock Crown Vic one. Good old-fashioned Ford, right? So, I figured I may as well just wire these up, install those, get them working, because it's something to do, you know. And yeah, so I guess I'll begin on the driver's side door, then I'll move to the passenger door, then I'll take care of the back 2. By the way, those wheels still look really good. Yeah. I do believe first things first, you just pop this little thing out. I grabbed the wrong size screwdriver for this, but just pop that little thing out. Put it on the floor there. That's probably like a T25 Torx. So I was kind of right, but not really. The T25 would fit, it just wouldn't fit perfectly. So I'm using my 3/8 ratchet with an extension and a T30 Torx bit. And that should do just fine. Okay, so I made a minor mistake. Ignore this part. This is fine. But I was trying to pull this part so it would kind of unclip a little bit. And I ended up, the handle is now stuck. Like something popped. And now I can't. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm trying to just take this piece off right now. And it looks like it's just got one more little metal clip in there. I can just kind of... There we go. And then from here, I can disconnect all the stuffs. I can't do that with one hand, but yeah, just disconnect all of those things. Okay, that was fairly simple. Just 4 clips. This one had to be difficult because there's always one. So you had to, in doing so, you have to take the flathead screwdriver and just kind of pry up at it a little bit. Why is this so blurry? Hold on, let's find out. That was kind of weird. So, with this, you have to take a flathead and just kind of pry that up and try and wiggle this off, and then it'll just pop off. But all these other ones, they've got these little press release things on them, and you just, boop, there you go, and they just pop right off. So that was pretty plain and simple, and from here I see that there's a Phillips head screw in there, and I don't know if that's exactly related to getting this panel off or whatnot, but okay, I see. Okay, so that has to come off. I don't know what that is. It might be a 5/8, or excuse me, 5/16. So I guess we'll find out, won't we? So apparently I was wrong about this one. This was not a 5/16. So I thought, hey, maybe it's a... Oh, that's as far as it wants to go. Okay. I thought, well, hey, maybe, just maybe, it's a 1/4 inch. Nope. My extension doesn't even want to... Look at that. This is what I'm working with right now. Wonder if I can just take it off by hand. Okay. If I can even... There we go. Hey, that seems to be working. But yeah, apparently this thing... Nope, that's just the washer spinning, not the bolt. Damn it. Okay. But yeah, apparently I gotta get a longer extension. But it's a... What, 7mm? Yep, 7mm. So that's weird. Alright. Look at that. Oh, okay. Oh, Now, the thing that I'm most concerned about is it falling out. Is it stuck? I can't tell. I legitimately can't tell if it's stuck or not. These are the fun things that happen when you're working on a car. It's plain and simple and quick with editing, but there, gotcha. Plain, simple, quick with editing, but it is really annoying when you're working on it in real time. Okay, now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my trim piece removal tool and just kind of go around the edge and see if I can pop it off. Because I'm pretty sure there are some plastic clips around here that I can just... There you go. Guess we'll find out, won't we? Ah. That's where they get ya. I had another one of these on the side. Wouldn't you know it? There's 2 more on the bottom. Okay. So today I learned that when you just take out those 4 bolts, the whole door panel just kind of lifts up and down. So you can just kind of lift it up right out of its clips, and there you go. Huh. Well, this is interesting. Alright, so I took out the factory speaker here, and it came with this little plastic bracket that you would use to mount to the door. So, first things first, I can splice these wires no problem, they'll work just fine. But that's not the problem. The problem is getting this to fit perfectly into this. So what I'm thinking, here, I'll bring this over here into some proper light. Oh, that's magnetic. Right, so I'm thinking of using this bracket and then taking this and using this very first mounting hole and using that, if I can get this to line up right. So this will work, but I'll have to drill a small hole right here so I can then take a screw and just put it in through there. Why do I look so white? There we go. But yeah, that's really what I'm gonna have to do here. Alright, I know someone's gonna laugh at me for this and someone's gonna think I'm a genius for this, but here's what I did. So I drilled the hole through the plastic mounting bracket right there, if this would focus. And these are pretty tight, they're not going anywhere. But then here, here's the great part. I was thinking, because the bottom had movement, too much movement, and I was thinking, that's going to cause damage over time, or it's just going to be really obnoxious because you're going to hear tut, 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 tut in the door every single time you hit a bump. And if you have really heavy bass songs, that's just going to be vibrating like crazy, and that's going to suck. So, I thought, what would be the best way to secure this without damaging the speaker? And so I drilled a hole through the metal mounting area and I drilled another hole in the plastic. And it took my trusty old zip tie, and I tightened that down, and that's not going to go anywhere. Like, trust me, this is sturdy. Like, this is not going to go anywhere. So this will still mount up perfectly to the door, have that plastic buffer going for it so there's no metal on metal or anything, and also it's less, you know, vibration and whatnot. Okay, we're stuck to the door now. There. But, I mean, hey, if it works, you know, no problem, right? It works. That's funny. All I did... Oh, what? Stop it. Okay. All I did was just take the wires, put them in those little prongs right there, and it works. So now I know I can hardwire those properly with no issue. Okay, so the tools you need for this part of the job, some wire connectors and whatnot, a wire crimping / stripping tool, and if you want, for your own, you know, peace of mind, some electrical tape and some dielectric grease. But I don't really know if I'll be using that, but then again I might, just because, you know, just in case water gets in the door. If like on a rainy day I roll the window down, water gets in, gets down in here, messes with wires, gets in between the connections, that can cause corrosion, rust, bad things. I don't want to take this door apart again, so I'll just yeah, I may as well use that. Okay, so wiring is done. I put dielectric grease on one side before I push the wire in, and then I twist it around, and then I crimp that side so that stays secure, and then I put dielectric grease again, twist it, crimp it, there you go, and I double crimp. So I'll first crimp the sides that are on the plastic so it holds the wire there so it doesn't move, and then I'll do the for real business and crimp the metal so it holds the wire in place. And I mean, those aren't going anywhere. So I'll wrap it in electric tape, and then I'll begin reassembly on the door. Alright, wires tucked. I tested the speaker, works pretty good. Just gonna reassemble now. Ta-da! All buttoned up nice and neat like it never even happened. Bird. Hey. Oh, come here. Okay, fine. Well, I was really hoping to get this done tonight, but it seems that in order to get the speakers out in the back, I have to take... Ouch! I just slammed my head into the roof. I have to take this whole back panel off, which involves taking those side pieces off, and then I might even need to take this part of the back seat out in order to properly lift this out, although I really hope not. But it's getting dark, it's getting cold. I'm not gonna do that tonight, so I'll just do it tomorrow. So unfortunately, it will have to wait. Okay, so it's a new day. Recap. Driver's side speaker and passenger speaker have been replaced with kicker 5x5s. So now, what I get to do today... Okay, so when I put my hand here, I'm not white at all. But when I put my hand here... Well, okay, whatever. So what I'm doing today is I'm replacing the... Oh, that's really bright. Yikes. Replacing the other factory speakers in the back with two kicker 6x8s, I think? Yeah, sounds about right. But I have to remove some stuff in order to get to them, because I can't go through the trunk because the screws are facing the wrong way. Otherwise, I would be able to do it without having to take anything back here apart. But that's not how life works. So, I'm gonna try and rip into it and see what I can do. Alright, so progress so far. Pop off the side panels. Those will just kind of drop down. This lighting is absolutely terrible. Okay, that didn't help at all. But there are only two little holes here, and they've got those weird like plastic things, so they're just like, you know? I I'm sure that sound effect helped you realize what they were. So this will kind of peel off of the back of the seats, and having an issue with this, because this is the grate that goes over the rear computer fan thing, and it's got just a little ground wire on there, and the camera's not going to pick that up at all, so that's cool. But yeah, I got to take that out, and I'm going to use a little vice grip to do it, and then it should just kind of come out, and I'll be able to see the speakers and see what I'm dealing with. Well, that was not exactly difficult to do. Just the simple 4 screws each and every single time. Boom, boom. Now, I noticed something. They had 2 holes drilled there and there. And I look at this, and they've got the same holes drilled there, so I bet, and there's actually like little impressions here. So I wonder if that's where they put their rearward facing strobe lights. It's kind of neat. That was actually really simple to do. Of course, I haven't wired anything yet, because I have to literally go into my trunk to do so. So I guess that's next. But that wasn't too bad. It was literally drag and drop. That was really fun. This trunk is honestly so big that I am actually sitting in it right now. Aesthetic. So there's the bottom of the speaker and the 2 wires that come out there, and same thing over here. And all I have to do is I need to nip off the connector here, and then nip off the connector here, and then when I put the little joining things on there, I'm not going to put any dielectric grease or anything in them, because I know for a fact that there's literally no possible way that water can get in here unless I have like gallons of waters in like jugs, and they just all break and spill over everything. But that's not going to happen, so yeah, on with the splicing, dicing, and wiring. There we go. Alright, so done. These are all put together and taped up, and same thing with these over here, and they're pinned into their proper places, I assume anyway. So I'm gonna test them real quick up front, and if they work, then I'm gonna basically put everything back together, and this job will be done. Alright, all buttoned up, put back together, all is well. Ta-da! And seems like we're done with this.